Hi everyone, welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at the Warbotron WB01-D Whirlwind, or in other terms, this is Vortex, a member of the Combaticons that come together to form Bruticus, which here the combiner is literally called Warbotron. I'll be showing you a size comparison in robot mode with heavy, noisy, Slice Strike and Airburst, which are a few of the other members of the Combaticons. So I've already done reviews on those three, just letting you know if you want to check them out. The links to those videos will be in the description below, but like I say, you will see them a little later on in this video. So here, first up, we have the outer sleeve for the packaging, which is the same on all of them. It comes off and then it has a picture on the back, which you can stack them all together and make a large picture of Warbotron. I'll be showing that off in the combiner video. And then here we have the main packaging itself. So we have the window box packaging. They all have the same design, except it's obviously the different artwork and a different color for each of the figures. We have the little name for the set down there. As you can see, it's WB01 for the combiner and then D for this particular figure. Here we see ages 15 plus, because they don't want you to break expensive figures. Here we have some details for contacting Warbotron down there, and that's pretty much it for the box. We just have a few other ranking things right there. So first up out of the box, we have the collector card, which I really do love these from Warbotron. Really nice sturdy collector cards. As you can see, we have the same image and whatnot as on the box, and then on the back we have the same kind of details that was on the side of the box, except now we have skill, strength and intelligence. So pause that now if you want to check that out. Also in here we get an instruction sheet, which unfortunately is the same as Slice Strike. It's just a very simple opening instruction booklet. As you can see, it's very clear, it's very easy to follow, it shows you the contents that are included and whatnot. Very good instruction booklet. However, with Heavy, Noisy and Airburst, the first two that we got, we actually had these very nice, really very nice comics. So we have the instructions in the back of the comic, and in the front, well, we have a comic. Now, with Onslaught, you do actually get the full collection, so the ones that we didn't actually get with Slice Strike and Whirlwind, which is very good. I don't know why they just came out with these. Maybe they were low on funds when they did these two figures, and then when they did the Onslaught, which is Fierce Attack, maybe they thought, hey, these figures are selling well, we have more money to go back and give them a really nice one of those. Or maybe they were getting some feedback and people were saying, hey, we want you to spend that little extra money and give us those nice comics. So you'll be glad to know that if you get Fierce Attack, you will actually get one of these, which will actually have the entire collection within it. So it's bad that we just got these. If you're just getting a singular figure, obviously these come with more stuff with it being like this, but nonetheless, you get good instructions, and that is what is in the box. So there's just one more thing that comes with it, and they've all come with little parts that add to the figures. Now, this one, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a replacement part or something that you can add to your figure to make it better in some way. I really don't know what it is. Just like the extra little parts with the other figures, it's not mentioned in the contents or in the instructions, so not sure what it's for. If you do, let me know. It's obviously not important because I love the figure as it is, so I shouldn't really be needing this. I'll put it back in the box, but if you do know what it is, let me know. And here is Whirlwind out of the packaging, and this is an amazing rendition of Vortex, a really awesome Transformer. Now, if you saw the other reviews for the other Warbotron guys, basically I showed that the quality control was getting better and better throughout the figures as they went on. So there was paint and kind of sprue marks of quality control issues that I had, and also some of the figures had kind of tightness in the arms and the hands in getting them out through transformation. This figure has none of those problems at all, and even with those other ones, they were really minor. This figure, I literally have no bad remarks about whatsoever. It's absolutely fantastic, and I love it. I love how it looks. It's kind of a futuristic, kind of Cybertronian looking large attack helicopter. Really awesome. It has landing gear. They simply fold away down here, and there we go. They are nicely tucked away there. The wheels, as you can see, they can pop out, so just be careful when you're putting them away to push them in and they don't pop out. There we go. And the front wheels, basically that is all you need to do, because they just come down that far and that's it. You can put them away that way if you wish, so it's really up to you whether you want them back or whether you want them forward. For now, we'll just put them back, and actually You might not be able to hear that, but there is a very low helicopter flying over the house right now, so very fitting sound effect. So basically, this thing looks and feels awesome. Size-wise, I have Alpha Bravo here from the Combiner Wars line. So here you can see it next to a deluxe chopper. So this is more of a kind of, you know, Voyager size vehicle, but there he is next to Alpha Bravo. So if you have this figure, and I'm sure most people will either have this if you're into Transformers and Combiner Wars, or will have at least seen one or know how big that is. So there you go. So as for the features in this mode, we have an opening cockpit right here, and you can see there's 2 seats right there. We also obviously have the spinning rotors and the rear rotors right here, and then we have these guns which you know, you obviously don't have to attach, but they can actually stay there for the entire transformation, or you can remove them and have them as handheld weapons, but I'll show you that later for robot mode. So first up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the limb mode. So that's what I've done with all of these figures. I've showed you the limb mode so that we don't have to show that in the Warbotron video, because that'll be a long video. So if you want to see how to transform each of these guys into their limb modes, these are the reviews that you want to check, and then I'll show them all combined for Warbotron. So I'm going to get into its arm mode first. Obviously the hand comes with Fierce Attack, Onslaught, but I can show you how to get to that mode anyway. So first up, what we're going to do is rotate these arms around. So what I like to do is just move these guns out of the way, just so that it's you know, less likely to pop them off. We're going to fold these side panels down again, so that they are out of the way. And now that they're both down, what we're going to do is rotate these around like so, and then lift this section right here up. Now, one thing to mention with this, I actually feel that this is the easiest transformation out of these Warbotron figures. It's just my personal opinion. I think that it is the easiest, and that's another reason why I think that they've gotten better and better, because none of the Warbotron figures are hard third-party transformers, you know, to transform or anything, but I just really do feel that they really have done really well with this figure. So once you've got those 2 side sections down, we're going to go ahead and split this tail rotor over here in 2. I know you can't see it, but it is tabbed in quite tightly there. There we go, and that's going to come down like so, and basically this is essentially what you have to do to get it into the robot mode anyway, so you know, you don't have to worry about any of these steps. We're going to move this around. There goes one of the guns, never mind. We're going to rotate this down, and then we're going to rotate this section round like so. Then this piece is going to come up, around, and it's going to fold up as well. Just got to get it up. There we go. Same with the other side. We're going to bring this section down, then rotate this section back. We're going to bring this up and around. Then these sections can just go up out of the way. So once you've spun them all around and everything, you can obviously then just clip this together. The hand pieces will just clip on the inside right there. If I can get this to push back together like it was in vehicle mode, there we go. Basically we're going to rotate it at the waist, and that is pretty much the combiner. We're going to pull out the combiner port, which is right here. I'll just move this out of the way. The combiner port comes down. If I can just get enough leverage on that to get it coming downwards, there we go. So you have your ratchet there to move side to side and up and down, very good. You have your hinges here to move. Obviously if you have it the other way around, you will have the double hinge right there, but the same with all of them, you know, they are meant to be that way around, and they do look better that way around. The blades, you can leave them like this. The arms, you can leave them like that, or you can take the blades out. I'll show you what you can do with the blades. There's some really cool stuff that you can do with these. I'll show you in robot mode. And the arms, you can leave them how they are like that. I know it looks like they stick out a lot, but Trust me, when you build the whole Warbotron, it's not going to look big or bulky at all. But you can transform it however you want. You have multiple joints up in these shoulders, so you can move them around however you wish, and you can have them looking a bit more flush with the robot if that is what you so choose. So to get this guy into the robot mode, basically the legs are pretty much done. I'm just going to bring the camera up a little bit here just so it's going to be a bit easier for me to show you. We're going to split them apart and make sure that everything's nice and straight here. Basically we're going to bring these feet back round. If I can just get them straight again, that would be lovely. There we go. There's 1, 2, and then you've just got the heels there. Obviously you're basically just going to make everything look a bit more straight and flush. Going to get these pointing straight down. And that's pretty much the legs done. We're going to rotate the waist back to the front here. The arms we can rotate back around because they don't need to be facing that way. They need to be facing that way. I'm just going to attach this gun again. So there we go. Get that gun back on there. And I like to leave them just out like this just whilst I'm doing the transformation, and then fold them back inward. So basically with these arm pieces we can just bring them down, bring them forward, and then this flap that we closed earlier opens up to get the hands out. One awesome thing about those hands is that, yeah, they are so easy to take out, whereas with the other Warbotron guys, they were so hard to transform. It's unbelievable. Now one thing with these arms, straight from the prototype pictures, they were shown like this. On all pictures they're shown like this, and obviously just like airburst, which I'll show you in a second, you want those missiles facing down. Well, you can do. I haven't seen any other reviewer show this. They're pegged in with 2 pegs right there, so you can literally just turn them around and there you go, they're facing downwards. So I'll keep one like that and one like that just for now so that you can see the difference. This entire front piece literally unpegs, and this can become a gun. So basically this literally rotates all the way around like so, and then you put it in his hand just like so. So now what we're going to do is this body piece literally comes down like so. Then this front piece untabs, comes down, it just sits in place, and then the bit that's up the top with the rotor just is on a double hinge. It's just going to come all the way around, it's going to tab into the back, and then this section back here comes down and just helps fill in that back section. We're going to rotate the guns back around onto the shoulders, and there we have a fully transformed Whirlwind / Vortex. So as you can see here, we have the weapons like this and weapons like this. Now I think that this does look a lot more flush with the arm, as here obviously it sits up a little higher and whatnot, but you can still use the articulation in the arm, and you have the missiles facing that way. Now I prefer the look of this, except I would love the missiles down here, but that is just showing you can actually have the missiles facing that way if you wish, but I am going to put them back this way just so I don't keep knocking them off whilst I do this review, because obviously they do stick out a little bit more upwards, so I don't want to keep on fiddling with them. But this guy is just so damn awesome. Like I showed, you have this which can go in the hand like so, so you have the nice gun right there, but also these are swords, so you can actually just unpeg them, and there you have some swords. So I'll just take 2 off because I only need 2 to show you really. They can fit in his hands, or there is actually a way to combine them together. So in this front piece we have these little hatches on the side, which you can get to in vehicle mode too, so just pop that off. Inside here we have some clear orange pieces which will come packaged separately with the figure. Basically what you can do with these orange pieces is you can peg 2 swords into them, and then he can hold that and he can have a double-edged blade. What you can also do with that is, if I do it like this, these square pieces on the swords can actually fit into those same holes. You can put them in the same direction, and then you could peg that. I really do like the look of this. You could peg that into the arm right there and have them there as like kind of claws, which is really awesome. What you can also do is peg them in to the blades up here, so that you could have instead of on the arm, if you don't want the big cross for the blades, you can have them single stacked. So you do the same with the other side and put them there. You can do it the other way, whereby, let me just do this again, peg those in like so. You can peg it in like that and have them either side like that. They are a bit more of a loose fit. They will hold. Some hold better than others in different holes, but basically they don't fit as far in as the normal blades do, so they won't hold as well. But that's just a few different things that you can actually do with those rotors, and I think having them as swords is a really nice little thing. And this little piece is something that is going to be very easily lost, so I really love the fact that you have such a great storage option for them, and you don't have to just store them in the box or something. You can actually permanently store them in here. So obviously you have one on each side, and then you have the little cover piece which goes over and holds them in place, and I just think that that is an absolutely fantastic option right there. So as for the figure itself, it's an absolutely fantastic figure. I mean, just through transformation you've basically seen all of the articulation, but I'll go over it really quick. We have the head that's on a ball joint right here, so it looks up and down, left and right, and just look at that light piping. Even those side bits at the top there light up. Absolutely awesome light piping, and there's not even direct light behind it. That is really awesome. You also get the nice light piping in the guns there that lights up the entire guns, which is really awesome. Another thing that I just want to show with this gun, because I won't be taking a look at this again, is I really do like the black paint on the end there, showing that it's been worn and used. I do that on models that have guns, so that's really awesome. Yeah, as for the rest of the articulation, obviously the head has full range of motion there. The shoulders can move all the way around. You also have these guns on hinges, which can come off, and then you have the little peg that you can fold out there, and he can hold them in his hands. We have another shoulder joint right here which goes up and down. We have rotation down here at the elbow, as well as the hinge which actually goes quite far back as well, but it goes all the way to the front. You have a secondary piece of articulation here which is used for the transformation, which you don't really need to use in robot mode. We have the waist swivel. These little pieces right here are actually on ball joints, just like the other figures, so that they will move out of the way to get better hip articulation. So we have the ratcheted hips right here that go forward and back. They go out to the side, rotation at the thigh, a awesome single jointed knee right there, and then at the feet we get ankle pivot in the front part and in the rear part, but obviously in that center piece we don't, so it's more for the looks, not so much just for the stability, because he's going to be stable in pretty much any pose anyway. Up and down is really, I mean, there's not much point to it, but I guess you could say that is the articulation right there. Obviously with the toes and the heels being able to move, you're going to be able to make the figure really stable. Nothing about this guy makes him back heavy or anything. I like that he's got barely any kibble back there. It is really straight with those rotors, so very awesome. I love the look of this guy. If you want a size comparison, here he is next to Fireflight, the Combiner Wars Deluxe. So we looked at Alpha Bravo earlier, and there he is next to something that a lot of you will also recognize. And then just to show him next to some of the other figures in this set, we have Heavy Noisy, aka Brawl. And then here we have Airburst, aka Blastoff. We'll actually be getting a new torso piece with the Onslaught / Fierce Attack, so that he has ratcheted hips just like this guy, so that's really cool. Again, you know, there's the missiles facing forward, which is nice that you can actually do that with this figure. Yeah, I haven't actually seen any reviewers actually show that, at least in the videos that I have seen. And then here we have Sly Strike, aka Swindle. So there is the size comparisons between all the ones that I have reviewed so far. Whether you're getting this on its own or as part of all the other Warbotron guys to build up your combiner, this is just the best version of Bruticus by far out there at the moment. I love the new Combiner Wars one. I love, which obviously isn't out yet, but I will definitely be getting that to review it. I love the Colossus from Fans Project, which is actually my favourite third-party set, you know, my third-party combiner, just because of, you know, the fact that it was my first. But as a Transformer and just as, you know, reviewing this as a toy and not having any sentimental value to it, I definitely think that these guys are the best Bruticus out there on the market. So if you can afford them, I definitely recommend that you pick them up. And this guy, awesome on his own, awesome as a collection. So like I said, definitely go ahead and pick this up if you like the look of it. It's extremely rare these days that we actually get third-party combiners that, you know, it's very hard to find something wrong with, and this is one of them. I literally had no problem with transformation. I mean, I haven't watched any reviews recently of this guy. I watched them when they came out. So I literally just had a quick look at the instruction sheet. It was very simple to go ahead and figure it out in a few minutes. And yeah, it's no super tight joints, nothing feels like it's going to break. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, like I said a million times over, I recommend this guy 100%. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you want to check out more pictures of this guy, the other guys in this set that create Warbotron, pictures of the actual combiner as well once I've done the next review, which is going to be Fierce Attack. Stick around for that. Then go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's Homerino123 for both. Links are in the description below. Also, I've recently started streaming on Twitch. I'm Homerino123 on there too, and the link for that is in the description as well. And to see more Transformers and third-party reviews, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time for Fierce Attack.